So what do you think are some of the misconceptions about you after people watching the film? Or what do you think some of the misconceptions about your character in the film that people kind of maybe express? Or how do you feel about it?
I think there probably wasn't as much backstory as there was with other guys in the film. Didn't talk about my upbringing or where I came from and how I became Mr. McKay. It was more like, here's Phil Heath, live in a big house, got all these cars, got the family, living the dream. And usually people like to attach themselves to struggle, whether it be Branch falling off a horse or Kai Green, walking through, Brooklyn. Even for myself watching, it's like, wow, there's more depth to me. But overall, I liked it. I just wanted people to be able to get a glimpse as to, what's in Phil's mind, because people don't really know, like, what's in my mind, because I'm pretty quiet about my personal life and stuff like that.
It's funny, also in the interview, I remember you mentioned actually the origin of the gift, the name. And some people think you're the gift to bodybuilding.
No,
in reality,
not at all.
it was given to you.
Yeah.
And bodybuilding is actually a gift to you. Which
Yes.
I think we didn't use it in the film, but actually that was an important point that you made by you.
Absolutely. I grew up in Seattle, Washington. I grew up in the Rainier Valley area with my mother and my stepfather, Jerry Dorsey. My parents had split, when I was like 2.5. It was tough growing up. My father, Don, he's still in my life. We just rekindled not too long ago. My dad would see me when he could. But my stepdad really raised me. My mom worked full-time, 10, 12-hour shifts. She's been at the same employer for, I want to say, 38 years. My own brother is autistic. Did he allow that to prevent him from going to college at the age of 15? Did he fight Theta Kappa at 16 to now being pre-med, pretty much a junior at 18? He had to work hard. He had to work harder than everybody because they were telling him he couldn't. He is going to be able to hopefully share this experience by being a doctor one day, maybe helping my life or someone else's. Because he was able to say, I found my niche. Thank God I found out what I'm great at. You grow up very fast where I grew up. You get to see drugs, alcohol, sex. For instance, I think the first time I had a gun pulled on me, I was probably like 13. Got kid, long story short, kid thought I was claiming some, gang, and I told him to screw off, being an idiot, and he pulled a Glock on me and threatened to shoot me right in front of one of my buddies. So, I wasn't living in this pristine neighborhood. My first high school dance ended up in a kid getting shot in the face 6 times about 15 feet away from me. My first high school dance. I had to watch a guy get killed just because him and a buddy got in an altercation a couple times and he actually won the fight and lost his life. Overall, life is good. Wife is still going through her, she started over breast cancer last year. Now rescheduling appointments to go get her next surgeries done. My real dad, Don, is in the hospital and is looking pretty grim. So I'm hoping that by the time this DVD comes out that he's still around to maybe see it. So there'll be times where she'd be laid up and we'd have a chat. I usually, she'll be laying down and instead of getting behind her, talking in her ear or whatever, I kneel down on her bedside and I just look at her, stare at her, talk to her, whatever, pray for her, whatever. And there's times where I try to go to sleep, I couldn't sleep, man. And I remember if they were to pull up the gym cameras and stuff, I was training there at 2 a.m. a few times. But we're gonna get through this. I told her, I said, we'll fight through this, and that's why when we won, we won. She won.
Phil, also the reason why we're here in Miami Beach over here is because you just got back from USO Guantanamo, USO tour, right?
So I did
for the troops.
Yep, I did a USO handshake tour. I had the opportunity to go to Guantanamo Bay to go do a handshake tour with our troops and service members of the United States military. And it was an amazing experience. Everybody is great at something. I challenge everybody to find out what that is. There's millions of people throughout the world that go to work, especially in the United States. They go to work, they hate their job, they hate their life. You're in a society where you can actually change that. You don't have to go, because guess what? No one's putting a gun up to your head saying you have to. Say, well, I've got kids, I've got this, I've got that. You can be a product of your circumstance, absolutely. Or you can, work at making yourself happy, whatever that is. It could be money, it could be success. I don't know what that is. Right. But when you do get that opportunity to give back, that's true greatness right there, and that's what's being gifted, and that's what I always preach about and in my seminars and testimonials is that, we're all gifted. You just have to find out what that is and give a damn about success and achieving those goals. So then you can pass on that knowledge to the next guy.